Straight ahead on News 20 at 11, the national rise in unemployment leaves many Tallahassee residents worried about the workforce. And Tallahassee universities are topping the list of colleges with the highest crime. Also, students are thinking twice about the seasonal flu shot and its dangers. Those stories and more are coming up. Your News 20 at 11 starts now.
This is your Big Bend area newscast, FAMU TV 20's Evening News.
Good evening, I'm Denisha Yearby. Thanks for joining us. Our top stories for tonight. Many Tallahassee residents are still left jobless as the unemployment rate hits 10.2%, the highest in decades. Construction is one of the main areas that is affected by the economy. According to a recent survey, employment in construction has fallen by 1.6 million. CEO of Workforce Plus, Kimberly Moore, says this is the highest she has ever seen the unemployment rate.
An increase in unemployment right now in this three-county area. There are over 15,000 people that are unemployed. Again, numbers that normally we are protected because of the large state government, healthcare, and education that we have here.
A recent report is warning students to be more careful when walking around campus as crime skyrocketed in the past year. Out of the 11 universities in the state of Florida university system, Florida A&M ranks second in the highest violence and property crime. Florida State ranks third. FAMU Police Chief Calvin Ross says most of the crime is not necessarily done by students.
The influence of crime is not just on campus, but the influence is from the greater Tallahassee and Leon County area. So we get a lot of incidents of crimes that are the result of external factors.
The bad economy, limited police, and growing campus population are all factors in the increased crime rate. Officials say it is important that students sign up for the campus text messaging alert system that notifies you when incidents happen on or near campus. Well, the Department of Children and Families is hard at work trying to keep up with the high number of applicants that they are starting to receive. With the tough economy, many Tallahassee residents are depending on food stamps to survive. According to a survey, Florida food stamp applicants are up 42% compared to last year. Economic Supervisor Marsha Allen says the staff is busy working.
Unemployment rate that had increased over this year. We had seen more applications coming in, but we want to assure any customer, any person needing assistance, put in that application. We've got staff here that are going to bend over backwards to get those cases processed to make sure that they get their benefits timely.
Leon, Gaston, Wakulla, and Jefferson all top the list of North Florida counties with a 25% food stamp increase. Well, the latest buzz around the seasonal flu shot leaves many Tallahassee residents worried. Reporter Ryan Demetrius is live at the Senior Citizen Center with more details. Ryan?
Hundreds are lined up here at the Senior Citizen Center to receive the seasonal flu shot. Many of the seniors I spoke with say they are aware of the risk of taking the shot, but they are scared of catching the seasonal flu at an old age. I spoke with some of the health officials who tells me how risky these shots is and what kind of people should not receive the shot.
EMS is here with information about...
Towards the end of each year, many people are signing up to receive their annual flu shot, but for some people, these shots can be quite dangerous. According to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, there are 36,000 flu-related deaths each year, mostly among those 65 years or older. Henry Steele, a local patient, says the fear of being ill is the reason he's getting a flu shot.
Actually, I'm determined to get one because it seems when I get the flu, I'm sicker than most people when they get it. And I don't want to be sick. And I do believe in the flu shot.
With the flu shot being offered at most pharmacy stores, many people are not aware of the severe side effects. Ann Waltz, a nursing program specialist over immunization at the Leon County Health Department, says the flu shots are not for everybody.
The flu vaccine is not recommended for anyone under 6 months of age. If someone has an egg allergy, they should not receive that flu vaccine. Someone who has had an illness called Guillain-Barré, a paralyzing illness before, they need to check with their healthcare provider before receiving that vaccine.
Pharmacists also say that this year's flu shot contains latex, so anyone allergenic to latex is at high risk of getting sick if they receive a flu shot. A vaccine, like any medicine, can possibly cause serious problems. You should always contact your doctor or personal physician before receiving any kind of flu shot. For News 20 at 5, I'm Ryan Demetrius.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, coming up, a U.S. Navy ship is attacked again by Somalia pirates, and find out what plans President Obama has with China as he tours their city. You're watching News 20 at 11. Stay tuned.
These people aren't victims of domestic violence. They're learning how to combat domestic violence. The American Medical Association estimates that 1 in 4 women are likely to be a victim of domestic violence in their lifetime. The Domestic Violence Coordinating Committee will come to your business or organization to teach you what can be done to end domestic violence. Because domestic violence is everyone's business. Please, contact us now.
Life is full of decisions. One of the most important decisions you'll make is how you spend your time. If time is money, then how would you spend your time?
I'm training to become a professional wrestler.
I'm going to be a choreographer. I'm studying to be a computer engineer. I'm going to have my own band.
Operation Game. Be everything you want to be. Contact your local Boys and Girls Club for more information.
Welcome back. Well, Somalia pirates attacks a U.S. flagged cargo ship, the Maersk Alabama, for a second time. The European Union Naval Forces says 4 men in a skiff sped within 300 yards of the container ship, firing automatic weapons in an attempt to board it. The Navy says a security team aboard the Alabama fired back and managed to fend off the attackers. When the ship was attacked last April, the American flagship rescued their captain. President Obama was all about showcasing a new warmth with China as he toured the historic city in its Hall of Supreme Harmony. By the end of this week, Obama will have visited 20 nations, the most in the first year of any American presidency. In a meeting with the Chinese leader Hu Jintao, President Obama says their relationship may be more viable.
The jobs we do, the prosperity we build, the environment we protect, the security that we seek, all these things are shared.
8 years after the 9/11 terrorist attack, those accused of planning them will stand trial. The Justice Department announced earlier this month alleged mastermind Khalid Mashaid Mohammed and 4 others held at a Guantanamo Bay will face a civilian federal trial in New York City. A lawyer for one of the 5 men facing trial for the September 11th attack says the men plan to plead not guilty and use their trial to express their political views. Well, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are trying to crack down on overdraft charges, which can cost a consumer as much as $35 a transaction. Sandra Endo has more.
A simple cup of coffee could sometimes cost more than $40. That's because if you pay with a debit card and overdraw your account, most banks tack on an additional fee, sometimes $35 or more.
My bank charged me $35 fee for my $2.17 mistake. I had no idea I'd overdrawn my account. If I had, I would have immediately deposited the money in the account to cover the overdraft.
Senate lawmakers want to crack down on what they call excessive banking fees, and they heard testimony over the matter yesterday on Capitol Hill.
For too long, credit card companies have made tremendous profits, excessive profits in my view, by charging consumers outrageous fees or raising rates whenever they felt like it seemed.
The Senate bill would let consumers opt into overdraft protection plans, limit the number of bank overdraft charges each month, and let consumers know when they overdraw. Banking representatives say there are ways to protect yourself from these fees.
Link a savings account or a line of credit to cover potential overdrafts, and avoid either an overdraft fee or a bounce check fee. This practice is one of the best ways to reduce the risk and the costs of overdrafts.
As it stands now, most banks automatically enroll customers in overdraft programs, and this year, financial institutions are set to rake in $38 billion in those fees. In Washington, I'm Sandra Endo.
Coming up in sports, Florida State took on Jacksonville for the season opening basketball game. Also, see how the FSU Seminoles feel about E.J. Manuel starting as their new quarterback.
Sometimes learning to read can be one of the hardest obstacles that a student has to overcome. However, with help, learning to read can be a child's stepping stone to achieving confidence and produce a drive to become something great. If you want to have an impact on the life of a child, come join our team. Literacy volunteers make a difference. Call 850-487-4444 or check out our website at www.literacyvolunteerleon.org.
Thanks again for joining us. After the injury to Seminoles quarterback Christian Ponder, Florida State announced that E.J. Manuel will be starting as his replacement for the rest of the season. Head coach Bobby Bowden talks about his feelings about his new starting quarterback.
Well, he's had good patience. They have to have patience, especially quarterback. That's the hardest position to play on the team. He has to know what everybody's doing. You know what? Nobody else does, but he got to know what everybody's doing.
The Seminoles opened up the 2009 basketball season against Jacksonville. Ryan Demetrius has more.
Consistent shots in the basket may lead to a shot at the title as Florida State opened the season against Jacksonville. Crowds cheered as some fans think FSU would do great this season.
I tell you, I'm really excited. We got a bunch of young players. You know, people keep saying, you know, they're not too sure about them because they're young and insecure, but I think we're going to pull them out.
Using some very skilled moves, FSU began their lead early against Jacksonville with the score leading 20-8 as head coach Leonard Hamilton encouraged them from the sideline. The band played and the cheerleaders cheered as FSU continued to dominate throughout the game. Florida State is off to a great start this season as they lead Jacksonville throughout the whole first half. Many of the players have been showing skills as if they're trying to make it to this year's playoff or even the national title. As the second half started, FSU immediately began to run up the scoreboard. Missed opportunities started hurting Jacksonville tremendously as FSU took advantage of each possession. The fans continued cheering for the Seminoles as the score increased. At the end of the game, the head coach of Jacksonville was disappointed in his team.
I'm upset that we lost. I'm disappointed at the way we lost. Like I said before, this is not the way that Jacksonville University basketball plays. I'm very disappointed at the way we played at our effort.
Coach Hamilton was impressed but felt like there was room for improvement.
I will say that I was pleased, but we had too many periods in the game where we didn't get good ball movement and get ball reversal. And if we're going to play against the type of people that we have on our schedule, we got to get a little better ball movement and a little bit of execution on the offensive end.
For FAMU TV 20 at 5, Ryan Demetrius reporting.
Well, that's going to do it for sports. Back to you, Denisha, at the news desk.
Thanks, Mike. Coming up, you can spice up those taste buds with some foreign cuisine. We'll tell you how when we return.
All children deserve to have a positive influence in their lives. At Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Big Bend, we match young people with caring adults. By giving the gift of time, you can make a difference in the eyes of a child. You can become a big brother or big sister by calling 850-386-6002. And with you, little moments create big magic.
If you're in the mood to tease those taste buds, Mr. Roboto in Pensacola offers a variety of sushi combinations and hot meals straight off the grill.
If you're in the mood to tease those taste buds, take a tour of the Big Bend's Foreign Cuisine. Mr. Roboto on Pensacola offers a variety of sushi combinations and hot meals straight from the hibachi grill.
Right now, our most popular item is probably the chicken hibachi. It's just very simple. And the second, probably most popular, is the samurai chicken. That one we just put in like 2 months ago, and it's been kicking butt ever since.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Be sure to tune in with us again tomorrow for your News 20 at 11 team. I'm Denisha Yearby.